G'day everyone, here's an important notice about the change in ATAR requirements. I've talked to you about this before. It needs to be reinforced, so I've sent you this document that you can see in front of you, and I wanted to just talk to it to ensure that you understood what it means. Here are some things that I pulled from the task site itself about some of the implications, and what I want you guys to do is to ensure that you satisfy the requirements. The first thing here, you can see that in order to get an ATAR, to go to university, you must have all your TCE requirements met. So that means that the participation achievement standards of the TCE must be met. So in the first instance, you've got to have your ticks for your basic literacy, mathematics and use of computers, and that has all been done via the planning tool. And on the bottom of this document you'll find whether all your subjects that you've attempted have got an literacy, numeracy and ICT tick, and that's the whole idea of the TCE planner that you would have accessed early on this year. So what I want you guys to do is just to ensure that you have got one literacy tick, one numeracy tick and one ICT tick from the 8 subjects that I'm assuming that you have studied over the 2 years. It's important that you do that, and it's very, very, very important for especially the grade 12s, because if you don't have the ICT, the ticks, you can't get your TCE. Similarly, also, the second thing talks about 120 credit points. You must have achieved a PA or better, at least 8 full-time subjects over 2 years. So again, you can refer to the list. You can see that all of these subjects here, and I don't think all of them are there. I've just got the level 3 subjects, but there are some level 2 subjects. I have included some, for example this one here, where you get 15 credit points. Remember that if you study a vet subject, that's also 15 points worth. So please just satisfy yourself that you've got 8 subjects, 8 15s, 120, just to satisfy yourself that is correct. Just by way of clarification, if you're going to count the ICT tick or the literacy tick or the numeracy tick, you must have passed that subject. You can't get a PA. You must have got an SA or better if you're going to count those ticks. The other thing that I needed to point out to you, and I'm going to refer to the summary now, is that you can only count 2 university subjects. That's what this little point here says. You must have at least, out of your 5 total that you count for your ATAR, you must have 3 that have come from task subjects. Some of you are doing university subjects, but really what it means is that you can't have more than 2 university subjects. That will be an extreme case, but that I need to spell out to you. So let's just summarise what you need to do. 120 credit points over 2 years, that's 8 subjects, 15 points each. You've got to have your ICT, your reading and your maths, your numeracy ticks done. In order to get an ATAR score, you take the best 5 scaled scores over 2 years, provided that 3 come from grade 12. You can count 4 from grade 12, but at least 3 must come from grade 12. I've talked about this, that you can only count 2 UTAS or higher achievement subjects from the university. You can, in this dot point here, you can actually get a ATAR score with only 4 subjects. That's an extreme case, but you can still score. That means you only have 4 instead of 5 possible scores, but that is possible. You can't count a subject twice. And another point that I want to talk to you about, you must have completed and reviewed your pathway plan for future education and training. So what that involves, I'm coming back to this dot point, is that as part of your Year 10 Futures program, you would have talked to the careers counsellor about your pathway into 11 and 12, but they will also ask you about what you're going to do once you leave school. Most people will go to university. I know that a lot of you have already seen the careers counsellor in order to work out what university degree is suitable to you. So that's got to be done as well. So I'm hoping that's been a little clearer than this straight email will be. If you have any more queries, or you think you haven't done enough subjects, or you haven't got your ICT, your numeracy or literacy ticks, then you should come and see me as a matter of urgency. Alright, hopefully that's clarified it to you. Thanks for listening, and hopefully all is good for a good ATAR score for you by the end of the year.